Hello everybody, it is officially September, the fall, and while that does mean you'll have to endure people arguing for the millionth year in a row if pumpkin spice is good or not, on the bright orange side it also means a new month of streaming, and networks love to save their good stuff for fall for some antiquated reason. No matter, that just means more good stuff for us, and soon. Here are your biggest streaming releases for September 2022. Tie on your Eagle Fang Hachimaki because Netflix's fan favorite Cobra Kai is coming back for Season 5 on September 9th. Season 4 left a lot of cliffhangers. Kreese, who bribed the tournament judges to secure a Cobra Kai win, has been framed and arrested. Terry Silver will take over and franchise Cobra Kai. Johnny and Robbie have reconciled. Miguel left the country to search for his father, and Daniel called in Chosen to help take down Cobra Kai. Hey anime fans, do you like continued adventures? Because JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean episodes 13 to 24 drops on September 1st on Netflix, continuing an intense story for the Joestar family. The 5th season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is releasing worldwide all at once, so you definitely don't want to miss out on this if you enjoy Bizarre Adventures. This is a big one. The Lord of the Rings of Power finally premieres on Prime Video on Friday, September 2nd, and it's obviously hugely awaited by fans of Tolkien's epic landmark fantasy world. Critics are lauding this one. Check out IGN's reviews for The Lord of the Rings of Power yourself for its rich, extraordinary visuals, among other praise, as Prime Video brings us the incredibly expensive exploration of Middle-earth's Second Age. Again, that is September 2nd, in case you're wondering what all your friends are doing that particular weekend. And following that big, huge, loud premiere, we have a slightly quieter one for Prime Video. Goodnight Mommy. That sounds wholesome, right? Well, it isn't. This psychological horror film starring Naomi Watts is a remake of the Austrian 2014 film of the same name. It features twin boys solving an imposter mystery, a scary balaclava, fire, skin peeling, and the absence of safety and security. Sounds like a great option for family movie night. That hits Prime Video on the 16th. Is life a highway? Well, it's time to find out once and for all with Cars on the Road, a new 9-episode series set in the world of Pixar's Cars. This follows Lightning McQueen and Mater as they take a road trip across the strange post-human sentient car world that makes up the landscape of this beloved children's franchise. Also, they're going to Mater's sister's wedding, and I really want to see how that even works in car world. The more these talking automobiles embrace human tradition, the more their lack of humanity becomes apparent. If there's a wedding cake, how was it prepared and transported for that matter? Did a talking bakery van just put the cake in its own rear end? That's kind of gross. Is the DJ playing music from inside of his own head? I don't even want to think about the implications of a car honeymoon. That seems kind of weird, and I doubt they'll cover it on this family-friendly animated program. Owen Wilson, Larry the Cable Guy, and much of the original cast return to Cars in this series on Disney Plus on September 8th. Ka-chow! You've heard the bells toll in the trailer, now it's time to watch the adventures of Rogue One's Cassian Andor in his very own prequel series, obviously titled Andor. That's on Disney Plus, you probably could have guessed that. The series stars Diego Luna in the title role, and he'll be pretty much unkillable because 2 seasons are on order, and also, did you see Rogue One? Do you remember the ending? Anyway, this series aims to tackle such questions as how Star Wars Rebel Alliance was formed and how a self-concerned thief matriculated into one of the most dedicated revolutionaries against the Empire. Most importantly, is K2SO going to show up? I really hope so. That guy's a good time. Anyway, there's one way to find out, and that's to check out Andor on Disney Plus on September 21st. And hey, if that sounds like too much work, you can check out IGN's very own show Cannon Fodder, where we spoil everything, point out some Easter eggs, and then spin up elaborate fan theories that inevitably don't come true. Over on Hulu, June returns to fight against the dystopian nightmare power structure of Gilead in The Handmaid's Tale Season 5. Can Serena and the awful society she created be toppled? Will June go too far? And most importantly, will Elizabeth Moss win every award yet again? You can find out for yourself on September 14th. Oh, it's time to get a little bit meta. A sitcom about reboots centered on a sitcom being rebooted on Hulu called Reboot is coming to Hulu. September 20th. That's kind of a mouthful right there. In any case, it's got an all-star comedy cast of Keegan-Michael Key, Judy Greer, Johnny Knoxville, Paul Reiser, Rachel Bloom, and more. So if you're one of those people who likes to make fun of reboots or just enjoys a good sitcom, check out Reboot. Weirdly, it's an original new thing. Unless it somehow ties into the old Reboot animated series about those computer programs living inside a computer, which seems unlikely, unless there's a computer in the show, in which case, begin your fan theories. You probably heard the buzz about the lead actor disappearing into the role for Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, and now you can check it out for yourself on HBO Max, assuming you didn't already see it when it was in theaters. Starring Austin Butler and Tom Hanks, this musical drama shows the rise of Elvis Presley from humble singer to, well, Elvis. It's well loved for its stunning visuals and musical scenes, and notably doesn't have any footage of anyone dying on a toilet. Maybe we'll get a director's cut. Our next streaming pick is already streaming. It is House of the Dragon on HBO Max, and you've probably heard a little bit about it, but if you haven't, new episodes are coming every Sunday for the rest of Season 1. This show has been burning down records like Dragonfire tearing through King's Landing. Actually, let's not think about that too much. But in any case, if you are new to Game of Thrones or just want to forget Season 8, good news, because this is a prequel series set 200 years in the distant past, so if you forgot everyone's names, it doesn't matter so much. If you love the drug-using, sex-having teens of Euphoria, then actually, this looks like the exact opposite. Life by Ella is an upbeat and positive original series about a 13-year-old cancer survivor who's ready to live her best life and experience the best of what life has to offer as she grows up. It's got a great attitude and seize-the-day mentality, so I guess it's not so much like Euphoria. Life by Ella comes to Apple TV Plus on September 2nd. If you like Bob's Burgers, but you think, hey, there should be more singing and choreography, and it should be in New York, well, good news, because Central Park is back for Season 3. The Tillerman family of the Central Park Castle return to protect the park from a greedy land developer who's also an elderly woman played by Stanley Tucci, among other all-star cast members. Central Park Season 3 starts September 9th on Apple TV+. On the Come Up is a new movie based on Angie Thomas' hit young adult book of the same name about Bree, a 16-year-old rapper with a lot to prove, filling the shoes of her late underground rap legend father. It's also set in the same world of The Hate U Give by the same author, so maybe if we look really closely, we'll see Amanda Stenberg and Regina Hall walk by in the background. Maybe not, because not everything needs to be the MCU. On the Come Up comes up on Paramount Plus on September 23rd. You're thinking it, I'm thinking it, we're all thinking it, we need more Jeff Goldblum in our lives. Thankfully, Jurassic World Dominion is coming in clutch with some Dr. Ian Malcolm action, along with his friends Drs. Sadler and Grant, and those other people from the last two Jurassic World movies, plus more dinosaurs than you can count, unless you repeatedly pause the movie to count them all, which honestly sounds like it would ruin it for other viewers. The movie wraps up the Jurassic World trilogy and teaches us to love again. Did I say love? Because I meant deal with the cataclysmic consequences of our own greed. Jurassic World Dominion is streaming September 2nd on Peacock, which is really appropriate because of all the streaming service titles. I think Peacock is the only one that evolved from a dinosaur, unless a HULU is some sort of animal I'm unfamiliar with. With all that said, what are you looking forward to the most this month, and why is it The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power? I'm kidding, but I'm also not, because let's be realistic here, that looks like a banger. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and if you hated any of our recommendations, well, I had nothing to do with it because I was on a work trip. I'm not kidding about that. And if I'm weird, it's because I'm still a little jet-lagged. Anyway, sound off in the comments with your favorite dinosaur or something. I'll see you next month for some spooky recommendations for October.